So, yes. So, let's move into the Big Bash League because the final has just kicked off. And was that Philippi just hit a 6?
Launched Jason Berendorf for 6. Can you just scroll down there amongst a little bit? Let's do this final preview now.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't expecting this to start so rapidly. So, Sixers and Scorchers going at it after 56 games of the Big Bash. They're the two best franchises.
Clearly the two best franchises.
Obviously, the Scorchers have won 3 times. Sixers have won twice and the defending champs.
Scorchers did it the hard way to get here, of course.
Yeah, and
wasn't it hard going through the Challenger, the Defender, the Gladiator, everything?
Our brains, that's for sure.
So of the 10, they've won 5. Yeah. So of the 10 series, Big Bash series, they've won 5 of them.
Yes, between the two of them. So they've won half of them. They've played each other. This is the 3rd time they've played each other in the Big Bash final.
They seem to be on. Every time we put the Big Bash on, it's Sixers versus Scorchers.
Well, they played each other.
They played each other
in one of the challenges / eliminators / whatever they're called.
Thanks, man.
So Big Bash 1 was Sixers and Scorchers. Sixers got the bickies in that. Here's some names that were playing in that. Can show you how long 10 years might feel. Simon Kadich, Paul Collingwood, Bradley Hogg, Michael Beer.
Big Beer, shout out.
One of the greatest names ever.
Yes.
Shout out to Michael Beer if you're listening. The man who dropped the World Cup, Herschel Gibbs, was playing.
This is all time.
He was playing for the Perth Scorchers back in those days. The Sweet Prince, Stuart McGill.
Oh, God.
The man who should have had 600 test wickets if there wasn't a guy called Esky Warren. Still had 200 test wickets, I believe. Brett Lee, as you mentioned. So, that's a blast from the past. Big Bash 1 that kind of shows this comp is serious now.
10 years is a long time. This is a part of
we didn't get to talk
the
about
summer
this,
now. So
no,
we'll come back to that when we talk about the actual game.
Yes, so Sixers win that one 10 years ago. A bloke called Moses Enriques, who's in this game, made 70. And Stephen O'Keefe opened the batting, if you don't mind. For
opened the batting?
He opened the batting in that, and he made 48.
He made 48.
Made 48. It was a slow, it was a runner ball 48, but they Sock opened the batting.
Yeah, I remember the early days of the Big Bash. It was early days of T20 cricket, and it wasn't this, tactical, pace now where
when the England side came across here, they didn't have any idea how to play T20.
Yeah.
No, they were playing it like it was Test cricket. They was like, we'll block this one. We'll block this
130. We can defend 130. That'll be easy.
It's literally been in 10 years. It's like ODI, back in the 80s when you go, 230. Geez, that's a
Dentist, shout out dentist.
Same thing that's happened in 10 years here because I think in that game they made 140 odd. Was the target set? Big Bash 4 at.
They're in trouble.
Oh yeah, there's a.
Speaking. They still got it.
Doesn't matter.
What has happened there?
So who's
run out there? Philippi.
Philippi's run down.
Philippi just got cooked by Vince.
Yeah, Vince is just. That's a big
I
loss.
wasn't even able to get to my point before the game started. Anyways, we'll get through.
Philippi run out. 1 for 28.
1 for 28. 4th over. Big Bash 4. Theatre of Dreams. Monaco Oval. The greatest game.
Possibly ever
in cricket.
World sport.
The greatest. Let's say, definitely the greatest Big Bash final ever. Yep. Sixers made 147. The Scorchers are absolutely cruising. Sean Marsh is out there. I think Michael Klinger's out there making some runs with him.
Philippi is not happy.
They need 17 off the last 2 overs. They've got 8 wickets in the bank. Nathan Lyon comes in, bowls at 19th. Takes 2 wickets. Then I think they needed 7 off the last over here from Brett Lee. Michael Carberry.
Michael
Carberry. He's half man. He's half crew. He's half transport. He's Carberry. Some shit like that Michael Ross taught me. Thank you very much. Miko, if you're listening. Brett Lee's got the last. They need 1 run off the last 3 balls. Bowled. 1 off the last for Perth to win, or it's going to a super over. Enter Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat. comes to the crease for the Scorchers. He squirts one straight to mid-wicket. Moses Enriquez is backing up at the bowler's end, fumbles it. Perth win.
Absolute botch job. Perth win.
Perth win scenes. Monaco Oval.
Canberra wasn't ever the same. Canberra was never the same even.
No.
But yeah, no. So it's
leads us into tonight's game. Third.
Yeah. Let's run through how we got here because a lot of that ran through Monaco to get to this point.
Well, I was going to do my comparison, which we should do quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say interesting matchup between probably the best bowling attack in the Big Bash versus an excellent batting lineup from the Sixers. Josh Philippe, second highest run scorer, made 499. Striking at 150. James Vince out there just fried Philippe. Made 442 runs. That was a number 4 for runs made this Big Bash, striking at 140. And obviously against essentially the Australian T20 fast bowling unit of Jai Richardson, Andrew Tye, Jason Behrendorff.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a really interesting matchup. A little bit of bad blood between Ty and Vince from the last game.
Yeah. What do we all think
do you
of that?
Do you want to go to that first? Because I think that was the
second game.
Yeah,
so scroll up there, monks. Let's go real quickly. So the eliminator for fourth versus
my boys,
5.
the Heat, almost got there. I was backing them.
They won that game. That was it. They
almost made the finals. That's my point. We're getting that. So.
We'll get to the challenger in a few seconds.
Yes.
Not too much happened in that. Heat won that game by 6 wickets. The qualifier, which was these two teams going at it, very interesting because the Sixers absolutely pantsed them.
Yep.
Josh Inglis made a few runs. The Sixers bowlers shared the wickets. James Vince, he's 98 not out of 52 balls. The last ball, Ty bowls this wild bouncer and denies his 100.
They only need one run to win.
Scores were tied, yeah.
The scores are tied. I think they had plenty of balls left in the game.
It's 2 overs.
2 overs to go.
So they're going to win.
They're going to win. They're going to win. But they need one run to win. Who was he batting with? I can't remember who he was batting with at the time.
Philippe would have been out.
Philippe was out, I think.
About 3.
Is it Hughes?
It might have been Hughes.
It might have been Hughes, but he's blocked.
It was Hughes, the lefty, because he was leaving balls and they were cheering. They're
getting stuck in so that Vince could get on strike. So Andrew Tye comes out to bowl the first ball of his over, which I think was over 19. Very short bouncer, very high. Doesn't give him even a chance to swing his bat at it. Of course, called a no ball. They win. They win the match on that.
Yeah.
Doesn't even give him a chance to hit like a 4 or 6 to get his ton in it and ton up.
Yeah. God, and he was filthy too. He came down. He didn't want to shake his hand. I think it's bullshit from Vince. I think it's absolute. Suck it up, mate. It's like that. If that's not showing that he's out there for himself, not the team. You just won the game, and your first result is
you're going straight into a final.
Yeah, and your first thing is to be salty because
you didn't get a ton
and whatever. Like I'm not a professional sportsman. I don't know if he's got incentives on the line for hitting a ton this season, but seriously, like I kind of like the shithousery from Ty. I like that they're in the final now. I hope Ty, gets his poles or something and gets in his face. I think probably would change my opinion if James Vince wasn't a Brit, but and
he didn't just fry our boy Josh Philippe here.
True. But I'd also say that the atmosphere in the crowd, you've lost this game. It was just like, all right, let's just send it out, send everyone home on a good note. We'll set this match up for next they had to do it the hard way. Like, hey, if we verse them in the final, hey, we've set up a good storyline there. Yeah. Versus, well, I guess it's a good story anyway. That everyone's just like, oh, there's a dog act. Yeah. You didn't give him a chance to hit his 100.
From the crowd.
The crowd was just like, oh fuck, we're going home. I was like, oh well.
Home on a wide.
Yeah, you do. If you do look at the replay, Ty's just looks straight to the heavens as soon as he's bowled that ball. He's cocked it up.
Yeah,
so
I think he wanted to drop bowl a bouncer, probably not that high of a bouncer where it was a no ball because he knew he was going to get it as well.
And that's it. And Ty obviously went, sorry, and Vince was just being a dick. Shut up, idiot. That's what I'd get. I'd say, all right, face up for another one. It's coming for you. Hit this. Well, again, you've just hit 98.
98. Won the game easily.
50-something.
Can't complain about that.
Yeah, but
so next game.
Was the knockout. So 3 versus 4.
So Heat keep rolling.
They defeat the Thunder by 7 wickets. Shared the runs. No big score again from Chris Lynn. Swepson, 2 for 28. Steckity, 2 for 22. They've been really good. And they showed that their middle order is reasonable. Sam Heaslett had 74 off 49. Jimmy Pearson, who saved him, I believe, in that first game, had 43. Lynn and Marnus don't fire. They still win. That's encouraging. They then go into the...
I think Marnus did a bit more with the ball. So him and Swepson formed a little bit of an interesting duo there with the spin. So
yeah, 2 leg spinners. Obviously, that's Swepson's craft and Marnus's part-time gig, but seems to be the short format that Marnus goes
works well in T20.
Yeah, definitely. I'd hate to be trying to smack leg spin. Yeah. You definitely want it spinning into the right hander or use the pace of the ball.
Yeah, and he bowls like quicker ones as well. So it's that risky one that skids onto the stumps or skids onto your pads, and he's actually, again, we talk about cricket nerds, like you can just tell he loves it. And Swepson's obviously a different bowler, more in that he's worked a bit with Warney, the traditional leggy. Whereas if you actually see in the short form of the game, especially T20s, the IPL leg spinners are at a premium. If you've got a good leg spinner,
Rashid Khan, Zampa on the Australian.
You can actually do more. Off spinners can't do as much with their wrist. Here we go, talking about bowl spin here, but
talking
your leg spinners,
finger, so.
you can actually do a lot of different things, and we know what variation does in short form of the game. You know, brings it back towards a bowler as Fawad Ahmed comes on the bowl.
And he had an excellent game in this match in the Challenger.
Jeez, that's good.
This was again at the Theatre of Dreams, Monica Oval. Monkey was there. How was the atmosphere?
I almost got hit in the heel as well.
I almost got hit in the heel.
I saw you on telly.
Yeah, it was funny because I was watching the cricket, but the rain was rolling in over the back, and there was massive lightning storm. So I was actually videoing the lightning storm as I was watching the cricket, and he hit that 6, coming up straight to the hill, and I caught the ball like all the way through to. Hitting the hill. It was pretty cool.
We'll put that up on the YouTube channel and make sure everyone.
On the maybe on the Instagram.
Yeah, whack that on the Instagram for everyone.
We've got an Instagram now on the Esky. We're working on a few hashtags needed, Sean, I believe, new to Instagram.
Hashtag dickheads.
Scorchers got off to a real good start and just
Marsh had a good game, so he smacked them all over the place.
That's it.
And so did Livingston. So
the Scorchers lineup.
They got a good lineup.
That lineup, like 1 to 11, is very good. Like
their bowling attack.
Yeah.
And they can hit a ball as well. Jason Roy didn't play in this game. His pommy friend Liam Livingston, double L. He goes mental. Like he had like a. Striking at 270 odd.
Yeah, 77 off 39 balls.
I messaged Pepsi, I messaged the group chat and I said, because they started slow, it was Bancroft and Livingston, and they were just like walking down and missed timing. And I said, these 2 openers are hacks. And then I think for the next 4 overs, they went for 60 or so. They were just hitting balls for fun. I went, maybe not a hack. Maybe this international cricketer is half decent.
Yeah. There was some stipulation, I guess, as to Cameron Bancroft getting the gig opening in place of Roy over Josh Inglis. Bancroft strikes at about 120, Inglis at about 145. It didn't matter in the end. They made 189 off their rain-affected 18 overs. He'd go out there and I think they were 9 for 150. And those Scorchers bowlers, as we've alluded to, were all great. Jason Behrendorff, 2 for 19. Andrew Ty, 2 for 25. Fawad Ahmed, 2 for 26. What are we now? We're in the 6th over. The Sixers are 1 for 48 here in the final. Handy start.
Yeah.
Pretty good start. They've got some good talent. Dan Hughes just looks awkward. I cannot believe his first drop. He always looks like an awkward. His helmet doesn't fit him or something. Look at it. He's got too much room at the top of the helmet.
Mustache and
He's your first drop.
I love that they're hitting in the middle order there. Enriquez, Silk, Christian. If they need a quick fire 10 and over off the last 5, that's 3 guys.
And the way what do we say? Top 4 run scorers, Vince and Philippi were 2 of them. That sets you up.
Number 2 and number 4.
We talk about license. You come in the 15th. You try and score as many quick runs as you can.
It doesn't help though when Vince fucks Philippi. So
absolutely barbecued.
This isn't great. This isn't great radio, but that was one of the all-time cooks too, because they botched that run out too. They could have rolled over. And
Indeed.
I just want to go back to the Heaps Scorchers game. So as James alluded to, it was rain affected. So the Scorchers hit 189 from 18 overs and 1 ball, but the Heat as a reply had to hit 200 off 18.
That was Duckworth Lewis because they missed it. Because the way they were going, the wickets they lost. If anyone here can work out Duckworth Lewis, then
To me,
it didn't make any sense.
All statistics. So it's working off like how many overs they had, how many runs they made, the history of the team.
I think the wickets
down. The history of the teams as well.
The history.
Their run.
It's equated into it. Yeah.
For me, I was just looking at it and just going, well, these guys had 18 overs and got 189. Why don't they just have 18 overs as well?
Yeah.
Considering that was
because if they knew they had 18 overs, they would have gone quicker. You know, they didn't know at the start they were going to miss 2. It's good on them because they've made it.
There's a lot of overthinking.
Oh yeah, it's like the WinViz. Like whoever. Australia 67, India 30, draw 3. No, you can't put a number on what the game is. You can it's those numbers that come out from the ether. Whoever Duckworth and Lewis are, they've done well because I have absolutely no idea how that works.
I have no idea.
Not only Duckworth and Lewis, there's a Stern as well. Imagine being the Stern. You never hear about Stern.
BLS.
Duckworth, Lewis, Stern.
Is it really? Oh, thanks, Jim. Poor Mr. Stern.
DLSS, poor Stern.
Yeah. So we'll follow this game as it goes throughout the rest of our podcast. But at this stage, it's 1 for 52 after 6 overs and 2 balls. Vince on 36.